Good morning, everyone. I just finished preparing the bike for a long, rainy ride from Verona towards Parma. I don't want to tell you how long it took me to get everything ready and packed and take rain clothes on. Really annoying, but we made it. We're on the way, and at least it's stopped to rain now. At least it's just a little bit of drizzling, so it's manageable. And yeah, today, as you can see in front of me, Kalimoto is running. We have 111 kilometers of hopefully beautiful land roads in front of us, and the goal for today is to reach Parma at least. But if the weather holds up or even gets better, I am tempted to go down as far south towards the ocean as possible today, and then try to find an accommodation somewhere there. So we have lots of riding today. I really hope the weather doesn't get worse. I have no desire to drive in the rain for hours. We'll see about the road conditions. If you watched yesterday's episode, then you know that I was talking to a guy in a bar, a fellow biker, and he said the route down there towards Parma and then even more down to the south towards the ocean is very nice, but also the road condition is so-so. So we will see how that goes. For now, I just need to get into the flow. I had some breakfast in the hotel. Well, I guess it wasn't that bad. I can't complain. For €6 it was fine. The coffee was absolutely disgusting from the machine, of course, but yeah, whatever, it is what it is. We try to get some nice coffee, espresso, whatever on the way when we see a bar. But for now we're gonna try to get into it, find the flow, and also drive very carefully in the rain, since the last time I've driven in the rain, like for extended periods of time, was actually last year during my driver's license, when I made my driver's license. And actually every single driving lesson it was raining like hell, and I was riding a naked bike without any windshield. It was horrible, it was cold, it sucked. But I don't know yet how the Tenere is going to behave on wet tarmac. I have the standard tires on, so they should be fairly fine to drive on roads. But we shall see. We just take it easy. And yeah, now it's time to get out of the city and then make some kilometers. Yep, and that's just how it can go. Got completely wet, had to redress on the side of the road. A quick shower, it's not too bad though, which is all still manageable territory. I'm very happy with the helmet. The visor has a really good clearance of rain, so it's through the wind when you're driving, it's directly floating off your vision, so that's a plus for the helmet. Yep, we are outside of Verona now for about 10 kilometers. There was lots of traffic through the industrial area, which I hope will now clear up bit by bit until we find ourselves by ourselves on an empty road somewhere on the countryside. Yep, the roads are getting narrower here already, and the land is getting flatter and the roads are getting worse. I guess I should start pay attention for holes in the road. I mean, The Tenere will eat most of that away anyway, but I think it's better to avoid them. And there's a lot of wine farms around here, and it smells like on the countryside, which was to be expected, of course. But actually surprised how green everything is here already. It seems like spring started a bit earlier here than it did in Germany. We just have it for like 2 weeks that it got warmer, and you could see some colors again in the vegetation. But in here it seems like that's been going on for longer. And as I said, the land, there's a big hole. The land got flatter a bit, and I see less hills. So let's see what is to come. But still quite a bit of traffic in here on those roads. Even they look like people would rather avoid them. But it's okay, it's not much traffic. Actually quite pleasant to drive here so far. But definitely have to have an open eye for potholes. They're starting again. Those ones are no problem at all. But the ones that are problematic are the ones like this one. No, not really. That wasn't a good example. But the ones where is a puddle of water inside, which is kind of an indication for the deepness of the hole, or basically it tells you nothing about how deep the hole is. So those I try to always avoid. These here are unavoidable anyway, but it's very comfortable to ride through. The World Rate got a very good suspension, so I'm very happy with that. Although I definitely need some adjusting of this rear suspension as well as the front suspension, because I'm now for this part driving mostly on roads and I haven't adjusted the front suspension, and I think it's way too soft, because when I brake I quite dip a bit forward, so it sinks in a lot. And I need to read about what is a good level. I think Adam Riemann has a good video on how to adjust your suspension when you're traveling with luggage, so I'm gonna rewatch that later today, and then yeah, learn as we go basically, because that's also kind of the purpose of this trip, to figure things out, how they work on the bike, do little adjustments and see what the effects are. So that's what we're gonna do. And I think this is really like a kind of farmland thing. Lots of farms here for vegetables, and I also see a lot of stalls, or whatever they call it in English, where they're having the animals inside, cows, pigs and shit like that. Yep, so that's the current area. There is probably very nice, completely overgrown old farmhouse coming up. What I wanted to show you, oh man, it's behind this yellow house. But look at this. Wow, can you see it? I'm gonna stop here for a sec. Look at this. Wow. That's a ruin, but behind that it looks like it's overgrown with those white and purple plants, and there also looks like a very nice city. Maybe we can have a slow cruise through if we let those cars pass. Let's see. Wow, look at that. I would like to go inside, but also at the same time not really. And this looks like a villa. Nice little village. Look at this. Villa Gustosa. Some mafia boss living in there or something. Wow. Amazing. Really, really cool. And this is the overgrown house. Cool. has even a nice garden there. Shame we couldn't go inside. There's a bed and breakfast. Wow, that looked lovely. And there is also kind of a river, not river, like a stream channel floating around everywhere here. And it's for watering, providing water for the fields. Those channels, they run along of the fields. I'm not sure if you can see it here, but there's it. And it's running along and providing the fields with water, which is cool. So probably that's also one reason why everything here is so green. Apart from the rain, of course. Nice, getting nicer. Definitely getting nicer, the environment, and less traffic. Very cool. A lovely little town that I found. I just took a right turn to check it out. It looks pretty cool. Regionale. What I found is that there are lots of Indians, especially Sikhs, in Italy, in those parts. I've seen and talked to a lot. Very nice church. We gotta check it out, guys. I have no idea what there is, but it looks pretty awesome. I've already seen that there is a huge river, and it looks fantastic. I don't know which river that is. It's Mincio or something. Let's check it out. Wow, cool. We actually can take a little detour. Kalimoto did a good job in rerouting us. Lovely. Absolutely cool. Little village there. Nice benches to sit. Unfortunately it's wet like hell, so not a good time to sit there. But at least we have seen it, and there's like a walking trail. There's a nice bench. Very, very nice. The river also seems to be quite strong going. Maybe that's because of the rain in the past few days. Corte Isolo. Oh, okay. Something going on there maybe. I don't know what these trees are, but I have seen a lot of them already around. Definitely seems to be something where they farm something from them. Otherwise they wouldn't be that precisely planted. Educate me in the comments, please. What kind of trees those are, if you know, and what are they doing with them. Now we come to Torre, which is probably some part town of Gioito, where we have been just before. It looks nice. Look at that house. Nice little village. I'm in the search for a cafe already, and should the opportunity arise, definitely gonna stop for a espresso. I guess that's what you do, right? You ride a motorcycle and you stop for espressos. Definitely while you're in Italy. It's a written law. Oh, there comes a good street. Standing up, riding through, no problem. Tenere got you. Guess there is nothing much going on in this town. I would guess that a lot of these houses are also like tourist houses or maybe weekend houses of Italians. Another Sikh, 2 Sikhs coming along the way. It's really kind of fascinating why there are so many Sikhs in this part of Italy. Definitely the roads are not great here, to put it mildly, but still doable. I actually also need to buy some water, because yesterday I bought something that looked like water, had a label like on a water bottle, had a bottle like a water bottle would have, and it was actually some disgustingly sweet lemonade. So I am having only half a liter of water with me, which we should refill at the next possibility. There is one of those channels I've mentioned before, watering the fields. Yo, I just had a cafe in this small village here. A little break. That was definitely the worst cafe from a cafe that I had so far in Italy. Absolutely disgusting, but I hope it fulfills its purpose of giving me a little bit of energy for the next 85 Ks. And yep, we're gonna keep going. I guess this floor is going to be very slippery, so I'm very careful here. But lovely old village. Wow, look at this floor. Oh my god, where am I? Whoo! Wow, that's awesome. That's exactly what I was expecting from Italian villages on the hill. Very nice. Very nice riding. What a lovely little town. I'm wondering if this area is also gonna be full of tourists in the summer. It's a little bit off, like heading through another completely empty village. It's all dead in this area. I haven't seen a single tourist. I haven't seen a single other motorcycle. I don't know why. Actually, I've seen just a few other motorbikes on the road the past few days. Well, the weather is shit, but honestly I expected to see more. Don't know why that is. It's also holiday, so maybe a lot of the guys who would like to ride their motorcycle are with their families in holiday. That's highly possible. But maybe that will change once I'm on the coast. Actually have no plan where to go. I heard that I have to see Cinque Terre, but due to the weather I'm not sure if I want to do that. Also, there is no accommodation I am willing to afford anywhere there to stay, so I think I'll make it a spontaneous decision if I drop there or not, and if not, I'll just hit the coast and go down south towards the Amalfi Coast and just ride along the coast. But we'll see. I'm starting to feel quite a bit of the exhaustion from the past few days. It's not only from the riding, I think it's also from the unpacking, packing, you know, this whole procedure every day to check in the hotel, check out the hotel, pack your shit, unpack your shit. It's quite taxing when you don't have a system in place yet. I'm getting better, but it's still, it takes me like, I don't know, it takes me at least 1 hour to get packed, another at least half an hour if it's not raining to get the motorbike ready and strap up all the luggage and shit. So it's a learning process, but I think I want to somehow have accommodation for 2 days or 2 nights or something where I can just relax a bit and yeah, sort my stuff out and make better plans maybe for the next few days. I'm not complaining though, but I want to be fit while I'm driving and not tired, so I need to sort that out. It's still on an okay level, and I really want to get away from the rain. It seems like on the coast is much better weather than here inland, and the more down south you get, the better it will be. So I don't want to spend, if I don't have to, I don't want to spend 2 nights still here. I want to spend maximum 1 night and then really end up on the coast and go from there. The past half an hour has been pretty unspectacular. It's all the same countryside, same villages. I hope that gets better soon. It seems really like an agricultural area where I'm driving through, because every village has kind of a farming situation going on. It's nice riding because it's no traffic. The one thing I found is that Kalimoto is, I've read that online also, that it sees twisty roads. If you put in the navigation that you want to go twisty roads, it actually leads you through a bunch of villages, which is not exactly what we want as a biker. I mean, you want to go twisties on the country road. So we'll see to what degree I'm gonna use Kalimoto in the next few days, but I would say it depends on the road. If I have time and the weather is nice, it's fine. But driving through those villages with tight curves is quite annoying actually on the motorcycle, if the villages aren't nice. So I guess it's a hard thing to do for Kalimoto to sort that out, but I've heard other people complain about it, and I start to see why. So just as a side note. Also, learnings for the motorcycle. I have Oxford heated grips, but not the ones with the external dial thing where you can set up the temperature. I have the ones where you have to press this button. Actually, sorry, they are not from Oxford. I just see they are from Daytona. I thought they were from Oxford. And they are absolute shit. I mean, they are warm. The problem is this button. If you don't take your hand like very much on the side, already touching here the edge of the grip, then you will accidentally, just a second, yeah, okay, that's exactly what I was talking about with Kalimoto, taking weird turns. Now I'm ending up in some town square. The thing is, either you activate the heating grips per accident, you deactivate them per accident, or you change the temperature per accident all the time. It's really common. It happens like, I don't know, 50 times per day that I accidentally press this button, and I don't have big hands, like regular hands I guess, so this is really annoying. Next thing, the default foot pegs of the T7 are, as many people have pointed out, and now I also understand that, way too small and way too slippery. The first thing I will do is I will get larger foot pegs with a better grip once I go back, because on those MX or enduro boots there is not that much space on those foot pegs, and you don't feel like they are, especially when you're standing, they don't really feel that like supportive. Definitely not big enough. I always have the feeling that I'm slipping from one side. Yeah, that's definitely on the list. And of course, This windshield is absolute garbage when you drive faster than 90 kilometers per hour. Even it's the adjustable one. It doesn't matter how you adjust it. If I put it all the way down, I have buffeting on my helmet. If I put it in the middle, I have no buffeting on my helmet anymore, but I do have a lot of buffeting on my chest. And if I put it all the way up, the buffeting from the helmet is gone, but I have so much buffeting on my chest that it actually is even worse than the buffeting I would experience on the helmet if I have it all the way down. And I think it's because those gaps here. I definitely need to sort that out, because traveling longer distances with this windshield is an absolute nightmare. After 1 hour your head is just ringing and you can do nothing about it. It's really, really bad. And yeah, last thing, the seat. I have a mesh on the seat already, which helps to some degree. But definitely this is not a comfortable bike to ride long term, like for longer stints on the highway. Your ass will hurt after 1 hour with the standard seat. I even have some underwear which has like a how to say that, like a polster. It's like a underwear what bicyclists use as well, but even they don't help. Your ass will still hurt, and I have to figure out what to do with that, because it's really uncomfortable. But when I get those things sorted out, I think it's a huge improvement in comfort and also security. And I will look into it, how much that will cost and what items I might need, what other people recommend, especially when it comes to the windshield. There's a lot of discussion going on Reddit, but we'll see about that. And as you can see, probably every village, same but different. So we're gonna chuck on 60 more kilometers to go, and I'll report back if I see something interesting. Hello there from the side of the road. I just pulled over for a short stop because the front springs were kind of starting to really annoy me, because they are way too soft. So I'm gonna quickly fix that. Yeah, that's the bike. That's how it's currently loaded up and looks like. My jacket is lying under, helmet, everything. Also you can see that it got a little bit of dirt going because of yeah, the road conditions, but I think that's how it's supposed to look like. I mean, it's a T7 after all. And I'm quickly going to do that fix. I'm still 30 kilometers from yeah, Parma, and then I keep going. I don't think it's gonna rain anymore. It's actually the first time I've seen some sun since I'm in Italy, just a few moments ago. I'm also drying my raining pants because they were completely wet from condensation. Yep, so I'm gonna quickly do that fix. Talking about these settings here, this configuration, which I will reduce a lot and make it a lot stiffer. That should improve the road riding abilities by quite a bit. So yeah, that's the current situation. We will hit Parma, and then we will see where we go from there. Again, no plans yet, but we'll see. Okay, we are back on the road. After this short stop, I made a booking close to Parma in a, I don't know, what looks like a mountain village. I quickly let this car pass. He has it very, he needs to go quite fast, I guess. And it's about, I don't know, 15 minutes from Parma. So if all goes well, we can maybe check in the hotel and have a nice ride with all luggage to Parma and check out the city. I'm not super eager to drive very far anymore today. As I said before, feeling quite exhausted, and just gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I think it's a good option, because then tomorrow it's not super far anymore towards the sea, and that's where we're gonna go. There is a huge basilica or something on the right side. Unfortunately, you can't see it right now. Looks very nice. Probably should have turned there. Maybe we can have a little detour, because this looks really like something that you should, or we should see. Let's see if we can get there, maybe through here. I guess it will be another, oh my god, there's another one. I think it will be another old town excursion. Yeah, there it is. Wow, that looks insane. Look at that. Let's get there. I don't know what kind of basilica it is, but looks very big. There it is. Let's give it a go. Wow, it's massive. Absolutely beautiful. We have to drive around this whole ordeal, I guess. And I didn't even get to adjust the front springs yet, because my tools are under the seat and I really didn't feel like taking off all my luggage, so I'm gonna do that next time when we are at the hotel. Yo, nice, very nice. Nice little village. I wonder if we can even get to this. Wow, that's insane. Cool. That's what we're here for. There is a road. Looks like it's leading. Wow. It's leading right there and it's completely empty. No tourists here, nothing. Holy moly. Wow, that is incredible. Let's see if we can stop here for a moment and then take a trip around. Wow. That is incredible. Look at that. Cool. But it seems like it's very old, and it seems like it's also under construction, probably under permanent construction. Absolutely stunning. Just randomly in a random city here. Of pigs. Let's take the way around. It's 21 degrees already since the sun came out. I'm not sure how I'm going to survive when it's getting really sunny. I'm already sweating. Incredible. Let's give it another stop here and check it out. Wow. Insane. Get over there. Maybe I have a better view, or we have a better view. There it is. Divo Stefano Protomartiri. Okay. Seems like you can even go inside. Wow. Absolutely incredible. There's another awesome looking church. Incredible. Okay, we need to take another detour, it seems like. Great. Really, really cool. Rest of the city. Pretty much a mix of ready for renovation, being in renovation and being very old. Let's see if we'll lead us out of the city somehow. That's also the reason why I like to travel randomly without any specific goals, because otherwise I wouldn't probably get to see that beautiful mansion here. Another mafia boss. I'm joking, guys. My Italian friends, you know it's a joke. Okay. Pretty nice area. Of course I have no idea which town it is because I haven't looked it up. It's starting to get really warm, 21 degrees, it's perfect. Perfect riding weather. If it gets too hot, I still can modify my outfit to make it better. Can take off the sleeves of my jacket and not that much I can do with the pants, unfortunately. But at least the jacket is pretty good for even warm weather when you take off the sleeves and stuff like that. Alright, we keep heading on. It's beautiful riding here on those streets. Kalimoto did a good job to provide this route. Just wanted to say, observation, there are lots of ruins here on the countryside. Lots of empty buildings, and yeah, that's it's a shame. I wonder why that is. In general, like everywhere you look out, there are some ruined buildings and stuff, empty buildings, old farms and stuff like that. Maybe it's just not worth it anymore for the people, I don't know, to run farms. Or maybe the parents run a farm and the kids didn't want to keep up with that. Who knows? Just a short observation from my side. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments if you know what's the deal with that. I know that there is a lot of ruins and even like very cheap houses for sale in Italy, like the famous €1 houses in some villages and stuff. It's a shame, really. That's a sight I'm not accustomed to if I compare it with the at least Bavarian countryside where I'm from. Everything there is like you don't see ruins there, maybe very rarely, but I don't know, maybe kind of a broken window theory thing going on here, I don't know, hard to say. Look at this beautiful alley of trees. Must be amazing when they are blooming, I think. Really cool. And it goes on and on. It's hard to believe that the roots of the trees didn't destroy the road yet. Usually in those alleys the road starts to crack open everywhere because the roots of the trees are pressing the asphalt from the bottom, but not here. Really cool. It just doesn't stop. It must be like driving through a tunnel when they are fully in leaves, if you want to call it that. Yep. Still goes on even through the village. Oh, you can smell the lavender. Or I think it was lavender, looked like. That's why I like riding on the bike so much, because if you're riding in the car you don't get those senses, you know, sensory experiences, because you are locked in, aircon is on, you don't smell nothing, you don't feel any changes in temperature or something like that. So riding on a motorcycle is in that regard definitely different, and yeah, I think that's why so many people like it. You get to experience the elements in a whole different way. You can drive 500 meters, like every 500 meters the temperature is slightly changing, you can feel it. It's really crazy, the things you completely miss when you travel by car. It's like a sensory overload, which it actually is, and which it actually, I think, also at the same time makes riding a motorcycle so tough or exhausting, because you need to pay full attention at all times, and you have so many impressions from the surroundings, the things you see, the things you smell, the things you feel also. So it's a complete sensory overload, and at the same time you need to be actually like 110% focused, especially taking care of the other drivers and stuff, because yeah, the more aware you are, I hope at least, the safer you will be. But yeah, a little side note. That's an Italian sight if I've ever seen one, right? Those trees, that's like, I guess, the sign of Tuscany. At least in my imagination it is. It looks beautiful when the sun is out. That's why it's a shame to ride in like overcast weather, because you don't get to see all the vibrant colors when the sun is not hitting them. Crazy. We are 2 km away from the accommodation for tonight, and what I see so far looks very nice. Very nice countryside feel. I hope that's kind of where the accommodation will be as well. Somewhere in the middle of the green, something like that. We are about to find it out in 1 kilometer or in 1.5. I just took the first available reasonably priced room or hotel that was kind of close by here, so I do hope we made a good choice with that, but we'll see. Tabiano Terme, that's the name of the village, apparently. That is not our hotel. Definitely looked nicer on the picture than that, but let's see how our hotel will look like. It's always the big surprise. A very small town. It's actually what I wanted. Small town. One night countryside. That looks, definitely looks dead as fuck here. That was to be expected. But it looks really dead. I'm not even sure they have a restaurant here or anything. So probably Time to buy some food again, but I still have Parmesan from yesterday and smoked mozzarella, so we're all good there. And I assume that a village town that size will probably also have a little shop or something. I don't feel like going to any big city just to shop anyway. So far I eat just one time in a restaurant. Definitely need to improve on that, because we are also here to enjoy good Italian food. But I always try to find reasonably priced local restaurants, as I don't want to spend too much. Oh, nice house. Okay. That's where we need to go. I hope so. It says it's somewhere here. Okay. Maybe that one. Are we here? Might that be the one? Astoria. No, it's not Astoria. Asperia. I think that's what it is. I'll take a look. But that looks dope. It looks completely empty too, but it looks good. I'll check it out and report back from the room. Just got to the room. This is us. Quite the tiny room. I barely fit all my bags in here. Bed, flowers, TV, wardrobe that will not be used. I'm filming with my helmet right now, by the way, so excuse the maybe shaky footage. Let's see what is outside. If I can change the hand here. Not a surprise, at least it seems like we have a balcony. And oh wow, well, that's like a view on the other hotel. Well, we're just gonna spend one night here, and I quite don't care. Bathroom, yep, small as the rest of the room, but I'll make it work. Now is time for some rest and some food, water. Need to get some more water actually. And then we'll see if we make another trip today or not. Until then. So after reaching the hotel, I unpacked all the stuff and went for a short ride. It was very nice. The area here is absolutely amazing, but I only managed to get to the shop and make some shopping, and I'll call it for today. So tomorrow we headed towards the coast, and we'll see where we get. Definitely gonna spend 1 or 2 nights, no, definitely more than one night, in some accommodation to decompress and chill a bit and drive around. I just was driving without all the riding gear, so with normal shoes, jeans and just a motorbike jacket, and it just felt amazing. I need more of that, not just traveling with luggage and stuff. I also adjusted the front springs of the Tenere finally. I reset it, basically everything to defaults. Feels much better already, and gonna look forward to tomorrow to see how it performs with the luggage. Probably still have to adjust the preload on the rear suspension, but it's gonna be fine. Anyway guys, thanks for joining today, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more, and see you tomorrow. Until then.